I'll let you know when I think we're live. Okay, I think it's going live now.
Okay. There we are. I can see us.
Okay, perfect. Yay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's see. I've got that. Okay. Hi. Yay. We have, all right, Cassidy. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. We'll just wait for others to join. It's so funny. Tina, last week, I don't know. We had, I thought it was so funny. One of the gals' grandfathers came in and talking about cars and how he worked on cars. And she's like, I'm at the dealership buying a car right now. I was like, I love the spirit. Like, that is amazing.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yes. All right. Hi, Megan. Hi, Tina. We got another Tina in the house.
Oh, I see that.
Awesome. And we've got Cece. All right. We'll just wait a few minutes for others to join. Let's see. Okay. And so good. You can see I'm semi bad, but it's kind of like walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time with managing, like looking at the live stream there. So I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. So I'm glad that you can see as well. So, all right. Hi, Carla. Thanks for, oh, yay, first timer. All right. I love it. I love those. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so, hi, Anna. Oh my gosh, Kyla.
Hello. Yeah, I can see the chat really great here too. So
okay,
you can see everybody on there.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. I just, I've been thinking about all the, just kind of the community that comes on and stuff. And I just love it. I have such gratitude for everyone I've ever connected with. And it's just amazing. Everyone on here is so amazing. Hi, Tony. Poetic Songbird 28. Hi. I love the name. Archer, hello. All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, I think we can go ahead and jump in. Tina, welcome back.
Thank you. It's so good to be back.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to just be back with you and have you on. I love your energy. You know that. I'm always just like, I love it.
Oh,
and
thank you.
I know you've been really busy. Like I said, I was like, oh my gosh, it's been like 5 months. Like, where has our life gone?
I know. It's been absolutely insane, but glad to be here this evening. It feels so good to be back, and I miss you so much.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, this is home,
I know, it's so funny because I know that you've been so busy, and there's times where it's like just checking it. Are you okay? Like, is everything? Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just one of those things. I love it when you have that like soul sister connection, because it's like you can, no matter what time, like it's funny, like I said, 5 months, it's been like, oh my gosh, 5 months, but it's like you don't skip a beat. And it's one of those things where you have that connection, and you know that they're always going to hold space for you. And I just feel like that with you. So I've always told you that. I just feel very comfortable. So we're just having a love fest. So so it's really good to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay, so I do want to talk about, so tonight talk a little bit about, we're going to do readings at the end. Always love readings, but also just kind of talk about, we always, when we were doing this before, and just kind of some of the energies of what's going on, Tina and I were talking about, like, what's something that people are kind of going through, or what's stuff that, we do personal readings one-on-one with people, and there tends to be themes that emerge from that. A lot of people are going through similar energies. It's fascinating because I really, doing personal readings, I don't know about you, Tina, but for me, it really hit me that it's like when they talk about, like, we are all connected, we are all one, that it truly, there's a lot of like energy. It's, there's a little like slice off the top. Every situation's a little different, little unique, but in general, the core, kind of the essence of what we're going through is very similar. And so I think one of the things that you and I were talking about that's very relevant in many people's lives today is around when change happens right now, like we all like, it's funny because some people that were like, nah, I don't need to control things. It's like, okay, well, how about this year? How you feeling about that statement? Like, it's like you suddenly realize that it's like, okay, I totally thought I was not about controlling things in my life, but now that I feel like things are not in my control, I'm aware of what that looks like. And so it's funny because it's almost like anytime you sit there and like deny an attribute or like don't believe that that's in alignment with you, it's right in your face and it's like, okay, get a closer look. Now, what do you think about that? And so I don't know, like, what's your experience with that? I mean, oh my gosh,
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I don't know if your viewers know, but I'm in the Northeast. And so when we went through our very difficult time with the coronavirus, you know, starting in March, it was just insane. I mean, you know, with the shutdowns and everything, but I kept working as an essential worker. And, you know, I thought I had, just like, as you said, I thought I had my control in check. You know, I'm pretty easygoing. You know, I don't get frazzled too easily. You know, I'm human. I do from time to time, but I'll tell you, this frazzled me. And there was so much anxiety, so much worry, so many what ifs. And that lack of control, it's kerflooey. And it literally, what I thought was a foundation, you know, it just felt like everything was just imbalanced, you know, not only my surroundings, but even how I was feeling inside. It was just, you know, it affected my sleep and it affected just my thought process. And I found myself, you know, wondering, and I did reach out to one of my mentors, how do I tame this anxiety? How? You know, how do you physically do it? How, you know, and what does that look like?
right.
And I really needed to know that because I never have been in this situation where I needed to tame that anxiety. Otherwise, the thought process would just escalate and it would turn into something else. And it would just keep, you know, and that's not any good. You know, that's not any good at all for anybody.
Right.
So it was interesting because I really had to, even though I knew how to center myself pretty well, and I had all the tools, I still found myself uncentered on a daily basis. And so I had to work really, really hard at feeling and sensing and just knowing the energies around me, what was mine, what isn't, and just really tune in even more than I used to. So
right.
pretty incredible.
It makes you be more consciously aware of little nuances because it's like the mirror is being put upon you. Like it's really, I keep going back to that. And it's so funny because I remember talking to another spiritual friend last year and I was like, 2020 is going to be a really big year. There's something about it. I don't know what this is, but it's this feeling of like, it's like emergence. And it's funny because if you look at the core of everything, it really is, it's one of those things where we're having to face shadows within ourselves. So forget any sort of world thing that's going on. When we are dealing with things in our lives that if we have two choices, right? We take the choice that we already know what that is, the convenient, like, oh, I know what that looks like. And we choose this other path that we have no idea, like when we go down that, what things are going to come at us, what's going to happen. We're going down a new path. Like we literally don't know what's it's like, you know, it's funny because in my sort of day job, my passion is around data. And so I'm kind of geeking out on some of the data because I get it. Like this is something where it's like, it's totally, you do want to validate things with data. You have to look at proportions. And I can kind of geek out on all that, but it can give you an indicator. It's a bit of a compass, but it still doesn't give you the answers. It doesn't let you see, okay, like hypothetical, the models, all of that stuff. So regardless of what we're talking about, and sometimes we just don't know, but we have to go in faith. And so to me, this is really what all of this is about. And it's so funny because you're talking about the anxiety, and I'm telling you, there's some times where I'm like, no, it's cool. Like literally hour one, like 11 o'clock, I could be like, no, we're good. And then the next, oh my God, what's happening? Like, we're gonna die. Like, it's just, And it's because I was like, whoa, what did I let in my energy? Why did what did I read something? I'm reacting. And so you literally have to kind of step back from it all and say, where's this coming from? Did somebody say something? And because especially being empathic, you know, I'd venture to guess that everyone who tunes in and we all have something that we carry that. I mean, it's even to where if I have a negative thought, I step away and I'm not consciously aware of the negative thought, but then I'm like, why do I kind of feel like crap right now? And it's like, oh, I was thinking about that. And so I literally have to just kind of go away, go out to nature, ground myself, go meditate, do something. It could even just be a really quick activity, but it's really being consciously aware. And when we take out all these extraneous things that we are normally used to fighting for our time, like we're so busy with everything else, and now we just have to kind of sit in isolation, if you will. It's really exposing a lot. There's a lot of like ahas. I mean, that's the 2020, right? The vision. You're seeing things in a way because you have no choice now but to look. And so I feel like everyone has different theories on that, but I think it's more around managing that and surrendering. I think that's the biggest thing that Spirit keeps talking to me about all of this is around surrender and trusting the process. When you get in the flow, you know as much as I do, when you're in the flow, it's like something, a potentially negative perceived event could occur. And it actually is more of that redirect into like, oh, well, that's what I was supposed to have. Oh, but wait, this is so much better because you're in the flow. And so it's like it comes in. That's when I'm really in the flow, I'm aware that I surrender. And so that means I don't expect, there's no outcome expectation around it, right? Like you surrender, you're open, you flow with it, whatever happens, happens. And when I'm in that space, it always happens better than I could have ever imagined. I'm like, I'm not even that like good to think. I'm not that creative to think about that. And the universe, spirit, whatever brings it to me in a way that's just better than I could imagine. But you have to get into the flow. And I don't know about you, but I mean, if we talk about kind of mediumship, it's the same thing. I've seen a lot of, we work with mediums of all calibers, right? When they're in their head and they're trying to force it. And it's like, there's people on here that I know are developing and they're, when we try to control it and force it, it's going against it. And you're not going to connect. And people are, I can't connect. I believe we all have mediumistic abilities, but when we push them and we try, and it's like, I've heard some people, it's like, well, I'm this, and I need to get this because of, because in their mind, they had a certain expectation of like, well, whatever. And it's like, no, there is no, like, you either do or you don't, but you have to get into the flow. And so
Right.
I'm more aware and conscious of that in conversations I've been having with people, that it's like, but who said, like, you're setting an expectation and you're basically kind of beating yourself up over something and pushing yourself. And if you just surrender and flow, it'll come naturally. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. Yeah. And I think too, when we can get to that place of centering ourselves and taming that anxiety, we are then it's just an easier route to be in that flow. And then we're feeling more energetically, we're more in tune, we're more aware of what is around us, or the energies or spirit or a message or, something else. So I feel like if you're too anxious and you're there, or like you said, in your head, it's just so fuzzy. It's not as clear. So it's so important to bring yourself back to that place, and you can feel it because that anxiety, and you can feel it just kind of, and the thoughts start multiplying, and we all do it,
Yeah. And that's the thing, I think too, is that it's normal that, like, as being human, I think that's where some people, like, unless you basically isolate yourself from the world, put yourself in a corner and just become like a monk, you're gonna, I mean, even then you're still gonna have thoughts, right? And we can't, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're right. It's more about, are these thoughts serving me, or is this something that's creating a situation where it's just more anxiety? So I totally agree. And it's a never ending battle. And I think we all have to give ourselves grace, because we feel like this, it's really hard. It definitely is hard. So it's yeah, it's the human experience. I mean, we wouldn't come if it wasn't for growth, around it. So anyway, so that's I think that's all I have to say about that. Do you have any other words in regards to that, or do you want to just jump into readings, or?
I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really important, whether you live with live with family, whether you're alone. I learned many things during this, but one of the things that I really am grateful for, and I appreciate so much, is I did get to slow down. I did get to cook with my daughters. I did get to see how much they enjoy it. And what was so beautiful was something so creative that I probably wouldn't have not known, or maybe opened up, if I didn't slow down and spend, you know what I mean? So that isolation period when we're all home, it just enabled us to bond. And, and then even times when I was alone, I was picking up a book and I was taking the time to read, and it's like, oh my goodness, I'm in my late 40s now, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot how much I love this, because you're so busy. And it was like, it triggered beautiful memories of growing up and reading, or sitting outside by the tree and reading, and I'm like, oh my, I forgot what that felt like. And so if you can find, during all the stress and all the worry and anxiety, if you can find those moments to remember those things, and if you can think back to your younger years, and what made you happy, what really brought you joy, or try something new. And just like as I did with the cooking with my daughters, and it's so much fun. And now we not only created memories, but now it's like a family thing that we're getting, we do all the time now. So it's nice.
That's very cool. It's funny, as you're talking, I'm thinking, you're right. There's a lot of those little things that it's like, for me, it's always like, I gotta go do this. I gotta go do this. And it's like, I can't go do anything. So I guess I'm gonna like do me and like figure out, reconnect here. And then, but the other thing too, like, imagine how many people that, like, not that any of us would ever do this, but like, how many times that we've gone and done something, like we're invited to something that we just don't want to go do, or we didn't have to like do that anymore, right? Sorry, can't go. I can't. It's like you get to really honor, like, and do, that you get to really spend that time with yourself. So, I mean, of course, there's going to be some people, where you want to go and you don't have that, but then you appreciate it more when something's not there, right?
That's right.
It's really good to just kind of look at the bigger picture around it and see the benefits overall. So anyway, all right, well, I guess if you want to, let me go back through the some of the comments here and see what we've got. Okay, all right, catching up. All right, so we've got Anna. Okay, we're there. Yes. All right. Your love story on fire. Hello. Thank you for joining. My ascension in light. Hello. All right. Let's see here. I still get chills when I think about when I channeled my great grandmother Esther and my grandmother Ethel together without me even asking. I can't even find the words to describe that feeling. That's beautiful. That's awesome. I'm so glad that's really what, Tina and I were talking about at the beginning. It's really beautiful when spirit shows up for you without you even asking, where they know what you need. And that's to me, those are the most beautiful. That's kind of that gallery setting where it's just like, we have these people, what does spirit want to give to them? So let's see here. Okay, so this is Cece. This is the first time I've seen you during a live chat. I just sat down and then your notification popped up. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy. I love when we have new people joining and get new energy. It's always a good thing. My intention for this is really to be, I know Tina as well, we want to create, there's a lot of people that say they don't feel like they have a sense of community or that connection there. So it's to me, this is really what this is about, is creating that community and being able to, be of service to others. So let's see, Anna, I got a private reading from Heather in the beginning of June. I got to talk to my dad, and thanks to her, I now No, he's at peace. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Yes, your dad was amazing. I love it. He's an engineer minded, and sometimes there's that you get really, when you connect with someone who has that understanding of things in life, they explain more things on the other side because they thought like that in this life. So that's pretty awesome. And then Cassidy, I also just want to say thank you for giving me closure and peace with my grandmother passing. So much love and gratitude. Awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm so glad. All right. And then, yeah, Cece says, why worry? Exactly. That's right. And the anxiety was tense. Yep. Okay. The same people who sell the panic, sell the pill. That's right. That's right. Light workers unite and don't. Yes, that's so right. That's well said. That's well said. Okay. Karen Baker. Hi, Karen. Saw you all on. Hello. Yes, perfect. All right. And let's see. I'm just going to kind of go through and see what else we've got. Okay. So Lola Fallona. I love that. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I have my 2 daughters on here. One is my mother daughter. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So I don't know, Tina, if you know this, but like, well, I don't know if, anyway, without saying too much, I mean, she brings this up too. So it sounds like my ascension and light, you're okay with this, but it's one of those situations where I saw very quickly that it's like the mom came back. That doesn't often happen, but kind of like recycled back into as her daughter. There's a very similar energy there. I've never seen anything like it. So sometimes, you get the readings and you get the information. It's like, oh, wow, that's new. So yeah. I love it though. It's very different. So, all right. So do you want to jump in? Do you want to, I'll let you start if you want to just kind of tune in and see if there's anyone coming in, any energies.
Yeah, I can, so right away I'm picking up on a mother figure.
Okay.
I want to say that, and she comes in, she is putting her hand to her heart. So I want to say that her passing had to do like a heart attack, trouble breathing is what I'm picking up, is I can feel that as well. As I'm trying to speak here, I feel like I'm short of breath, and she's making me feel that. I'm also feeling that her passing was very, very quick. She shows me, it's like she was just here and then gone. She's also making me feel that it was a shock to the family. So I don't know if anybody can resonate with that yet before I continue on.
Okay, it sounds like it says, oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm just going back through and looking at some of these. Lauren is the mother-daughter. Let's see, my ascension in light. Okay, so I think my ascension in light, that makes sense to her.
Okay, let me just continue. And this would be mom, not grandma. This would be mom for sure. Okay. I am picking up, it's funny because I hear like a J name with that, but I don't know how this is as of yet, but I'm hearing like Jackson or Jack's son. So I don't know if she had a son, and that's what she's trying to say to me here. So I don't know if that makes sense as well. She's talking about, and I am getting the J name connected with her as well, like a Jacqueline or Janice or something like that. There's like a JA is what I'm seeing as well. My ascension light, does that make sense? Joanne. Okay. I can take that. Okay. She's also making me feel, let's see here. So what I'm picking up is the passing was extremely quick, and she wants to talk about that again, because I just feel like there wasn't a, time to say goodbye. And she's giving me goosebumps as I'm hearing her say that there was no time to say goodbye. And just to let you know as well that she's always with you. So there's really no goodbye is what she's saying. There doesn't have to be a goodbye. She's always there with you. Does that make sense to you?
Jackson was my mom's last name. Okay. There might be a couple moms coming in together here too.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so she was, okay, so now I can take that as, it wasn't Jack's son or son, and so I can take that. So Jimmy, okay. Okay, so that makes sense as well, that J name, that came in very strong. Okay. And would this son be on the other side? Because I feel like he's on the other side with her. Okay.
Her brother Justin died suddenly of a massive heart attack at 36, and our grandmother died 1 week after him.
Is that with my ascension and light?
No, that's CC. My ascension.
Okay.
I wasn't there. Yes, I feel her. She's my guide. Yes, 100%. She's saying yes. Okay.
Okay. I do feel others in spirit here too. So I definitely feel that connection. There's definitely some piggybacking going on here as well. Yeah. So I am seeing they are here. But I definitely feel like I'm with my ascension and light,
Okay.
with her mom here, but I am feeling others in spirit here on the side, and they're trying to get through here. So
yeah. There's the same thing. I was like, wow, you guys are gonna have to. It's like,
yeah.
I need one of you to step forward. I'm getting that too. There's a lot of energy.
So let me just stay with my ascension and light's mom here. And that's what she just wants to get across. She's just giving you lots of hugs here, and she's just letting you know that although you couldn't say goodbye, there was no goodbye. And she's also saying that there really is no goodbye, that she's always with you. And she wants you to know that. And she says that you know that, but she wants you, it's like her personality, she just wants to get that in there, and she wants you to really, truly know that she's always with you. And she's also showing me there's a recliner. I don't know if you have a recliner in your home, but she's showing me of you sitting in the recliner, and that she's, or a chair that's right in the living room that looks like a recliner. I don't know, that's what she's showing me. And that while as you're sitting there, she's standing above, and how she's showing it to me is she's standing behind the chair, and she's just stroking your hair, and her hand is on the back of the chair. And so when you, and that, I feel like you know that, and I feel like you feel her there. And so she's just confirming for you. And so I want to leave that with you, and lots of love to you from your mom.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's funny because I was like trying to get someone to come forward, but I was like, well, I want to listen to this. I want to connect. I want to feel that. That's amazing. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Let me see here. Okay. Yes. A chair. Wow. Thanks. That's grandma. Yep. Okay. Perfect. That's so beautiful. Oh, she felt her last week, and I'm not surprised that she came through, and her energy was, that's amazing. That's so beautiful.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Okay. All right. I'm just going to kind of tune in. I do have an older gentleman that's coming forward. I feel like this would either be, it's interesting. I kind of feel like it's a grandfather energy, but what's interesting about it is there's something symbolic to the feeling of walking you down the aisle, or walking, it's like this is his granddaughter, and he's giving, this is interesting, I'm kind of getting like a buzzing sound right now. There's something about walking someone down the aisle, and this feeling of being there, or he was there. He's acknowledging this as well. And I feel like this feeling of, I feel like he may have not been able to be there for the wedding, but he's saying he helped walk you down the aisle, or he was, I don't know if this is you or a daughter of yours. This is kind of I feel like this might be someone that's connected to like the daughter or something. Let me just see what else he has to say. And I feel there might be a southern connection as well. He's kind of pulling me down the south. Actually, I don't know. This is kind of I feel like it's north, maybe like a southwest area is where he's pulling me. Does that make sense for anyone? Let me see here. Okay. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Linda. Okay. Let's see. don't know if that makes sense. Let me see. I don't see, nobody's saying anything. Okay, so is it, you're not getting anything, right? I'm like, it's not, let me see here. Okay. Okay, let me just go back to him and see what he's saying here. Okay. I keep hearing daughter, daughter. My grandfather died before I was born. Okay. New Orleans. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, he's also acknowledging something symbolic to the wedding dress. I feel like there would have been a dress or something that would have been handed down to someone, and there's something symbolic. So if it's like your mom got married in a dress and it would have been handed down to you or something, or you would have handed this down to your daughter. Does that make sense? Okay, hello ladies. Hi, Michael. So good to have you on.
Hi, Michael.
Let me see here. If that doesn't make sense, then I will ask him to step aside and bring through someone else. Sometimes, Tina, it's funny because I'm probably not always clear with spirit about someone who's actually here. Sometimes they'll bring, and that's okay if they want it, but I'm actually just gonna, okay, yes, my mom and grandma. Okay, I wore their dress. Okay, perfect. Okay, so it looks like it's for you again. That makes sense because I was so tuning in, and when Tina was talking to the grandfather, he was coming in as well. So I'm not surprised that this is connected to you. Okay, so this it sounds like this is your grandfather then. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, that's so beautiful about the dress and the connection. It's so sweet. He's making me feel like he's around and he's very proud of the women. He's kind of, it's funny because he's kind of got one of those, back in the day, it's kind of gross now when you think about it, but all the handkerchiefs that, the handkerchiefs that people would wear and stuff, he's showing that. And he's kind of like bringing it out and wiping his tears. Like he's just so proud of his family. And he's saying that now maybe, this is so there, gosh, this is because all the family's so connected here. He's saying that so this would be his wife, your grandmother. Her eyes are very similar to yours. There's something in the face he's acknowledging, like you've got her eyes. Would you understand this? Okay, I think she's saying, I think that's yes, always. Okay, yes, perfect. Okay, he's acknowledging that, and he's just showing the beauty that's in your eyes as well. And he's also wanting to say for you too, I feel like this feeling of a little bit of, he's wanting to say, I don't know if you're currently in a relationship. I'm getting the feeling of like, he just really wants you to know that you deserve like the best in a relationship, that it's really important for you to know that. And if you're not in that situation, okay, you look like her. Yes. Okay. He's saying if you ever feel like you're not in that situation, then you need to demand it, is all I'm going to say. I just feel like it's one of those things where demanding that you get the respect that you deserve. And I'm not implying that that's not happening, but for some reason he's very much wanting to emphasize that for you. And so I feel like there might be, he's acknowledging a little bit of a change or something around some of the things that you're going through. I am there in marriage now. Okay, got it. Okay, so he's wanting to just bring you a lot of comfort around the situation. I feel like it's one of those things where you're really having to kind of look at some things and evaluate some things. And so just know that he's with you and he sees what's going on. So so I don't know if that helps or not, but does that make sense? Okay. Let me see here. It looks like we've got, I don't know if there's some, I think we might have some. Okay. Looks like we might have some other people joining. That may not, let's see here. Okay. Oh, okay. This is kind of the first. We usually don't have these. So, all right. Let's see. Okay. All right, perfect. I'd use her in this channel. All right, I'm removing some people from the group here. It looks like they need to be, it looks like there's not some good energy coming in. So we will go ahead and remove them. Perfect. Okay. Oh, well, it's all good. Okay. Oh my gosh, it looks like we've got, all right. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm seeing that there's some, okay. Okay, trolls, totally. I know, I'm like, I thought we had, it's so funny because I was just thinking earlier that it's such a nice, like small, quiet community. Like we have a lot of connected people and it's so nice. And I'm like, it's not enough to where we're not in that situation where I feel like we would get that yet. So it's all good. It's like, okay, well, all good. Okay, perfect. All right, they're gone. Yes, they're gone. It looks like they're all gone. So if you guys see that too, then you can just, if you ever, let's see. Okay, sorry. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're moving on here. All right, perfect. Let's see. Okay, let's see. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let me just look. Okay, you're trying to help block them. Thank you. It's so funny that we usually don't have that. I'm like, wow. Moving up, Tina. You've got some trolls.
I know, right?
Okay, all right. That's so funny. We've never had to worry. All right, I'm gonna have to really bring on some moderators or something here when we go forward. That's okay. Okay. All right, perfect. I am going to, all right, sweet. Okay, moving on. All right, okay. So you said that, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay. All right, perfect. I'm just gonna go back because I had to do a little bit of work there. All right, okay. Can you see, Kyla says, can Tina see the messages on here as well? Just curious. I think you can, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, okay, perfect. Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so he just wants to give love to the family and just give you a lot of support around that. There's something too, he just showed me really quickly. It's so funny how I love how Spirit can let me just jump right back. There's symbolism around a necklace, like that would be a heart locket. Would you understand this? Or I might be having someone else come in here, but there's a heart locket necklace that would be symbolic as well. Okay, all right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Does that make sense to anyone? Oh, the heart neck. Okay, the heart lock. Okay, that's for you. Okay. He keeps wanting to bring a lot of love around you in the situation. So just know that you've got support on the other side and people helping you with kind of some of the things that are going on there. So, so I think that's, yeah, he's kind of pulling his energy back. Yeah, I think that's all I want to give you there. So, perfect. Okay. All right, Tina, are you getting anything? Do you want to jump in and thank you, CC. Yes, Archangel Michael to intercept the trolls. Yes, I will be doing some clearing of the energy there. I know what I'll be adding to my next intentions for the live stream.
Linda Cunningham was also saying that when you asked the question about the necklace, she said, I do. So I don't know if there was a connection there.
Okay, got it. Okay, let me see here. Okay, Linda, would you understand, would there be an older gentleman connected to you as well that would be on the other side? I don't know if it's interesting because I don't know if this would be a father or a husband. Sometimes father and husband's energies are very similar because a lot of, like, if we're being honest, a lot of husbands will sometimes, act like our fathers. And so I feel like I'm getting a male that's stepping forward that would be a younger as well. Does that make sense? Linda, does that make sense for you? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Linda, did you lose a husband? Do you okay. Did you, let me see here. Okay. Oh no. Okay, I'm so sorry. We have another. I'm trying to remove it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, yes, you lost both. Okay, okay. I feel like their energies might be coming in, both of them together here. Let me just see what he has to say. All right. Okay, do you, he's also acknowledging a younger male. So do you have a younger male that's connected to you, like a son? He's acknowledging the younger male. So this is weird. I feel like your father and your husband's energies are coming in together, because I want to acknowledge a son, but it's almost like I don't know if it's whose son it is. Yes, I did. Okay, okay, got it. Okay, let me just see what else. Okay. I feel like would you understand this feeling of sadness kind of around you from the past, like people who would have passed and stuff? Would you understand this? Okay. Does that make, okay, because I feel like some sadness around certain things in terms of relationships in the past, and sadness around loss. I feel like you may have had a significant loss in your life. Would you understand this? Okay, I'm just waiting on a response here. Let me just see what else he has to say. Okay. It's funny. Okay. There's a lot of trolls tonight. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna definitely, okay. I'm having to, Tina, we're gonna have to show you how to do some the helping with the moderating, and I'll have to get my daughters on next time and we can moderate this, because there's some, let me see. Okay. All right, here. Okay, so yes, I just lost my dog. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Let me see here. Hold on one second. Okay. Okay, there's so many. We might have to end it early because there's just way too many. I was not expecting all of this. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I have a message. Do you want me to jump in, Heather, real quick?
Yeah, please do. I'm just trying to like manage all of these
okay.
Crazy.
Let's end with maybe end with this last message here for the night, and if you feel okay about that here. Yeah. I'm just trying to scroll up here. I know
I'm gonna have to get moderators. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So Laura Heckman, you were asking, I would like to ask if my spirit guides have any messages for me. Are you still on here, Lauren? I'll just wait a few minutes here.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never had any trolls on here before. I'm kind of surprised. I don't.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens. It does happen, you know.
Yeah.
In case she did leave. Oh, good. I see that she's still in there. Okay. So Lauren, I pulled some cards for you, and I was feeling like there's a lot going on. Not necessarily anything negative or anything like that. It just seems like there's a lot going on in your life. I was just seeing all kinds of different things that you have going on. So I just wanted to ask Spirit what the messages, are for you. So I pulled some cards. So the first thing that had popped out was the learning card, and I am using Heather's cards here when Spirit speaks. And the learning card was the first card that popped out here. And so I don't know if you've been thinking about taking a course or something like that, or learning something new, but I definitely, once this card came out, that's exactly what I was feeling for you, is to maybe dive into something new and learn something new. The second card, because I pulled a few here, was the crown chakra card, and that's the enlightened. And so I feel like this goes along with the learning as far as becoming more enlightened, if you will. So to dive into, you know, those metaphysical things or spiritual things that you've been thinking about. Okay. And so it's a message from spirit that, you know, they definitely are supporting you within that. The third card that came out was cycles. And so, you know, this is just the moon cycles here. And it's just really, you know, ties in with the other cards as well, because there's different cycles that you've been going through. And so I feel like it's all this now is coming into fruition for you. And it's just to get through those cycles. Okay. And then the last card that popped up was love and soul connection. And so I really feel this is spirit's way of, you know, telling you that love is all around you. That soul connection is all around you, and to go for it is the feeling that I'm getting from spirit. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about doing, I know there's a lot, but that one thing that you've been thinking about doing, you know, that passion that you definitely have spirit's back for that. And they're definitely applauding you to go ahead and make that into fruition for yourself. So I'll leave that with you.
That's so sweet. She's saying, yes, I am. Oh my God, yes.
Oh, great.
That's amazing. Good job. I'm having a lot of gifts open up recently. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, perfect. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try, it looks like we've gotten rid of some of the trolls. So I'm going to try and connect again and see. I'm sorry, I was like trying to manage that and I'm like, sorry, spirit. So let me just see if we've got anyone else here. I do want to just circle back with Linda and I want to give you a lot of love. I feel like there might be some things with it feels like there's a lot of things that you're dealing with lately. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of people that are around you that you're really trying to deal with. And so I just feel like it's okay. I feel like I know you just lost your dog, but they're showing me you crying and being really sad about certain things that are going on. And I just feel like, just know that they're around you and they see what's going on and they're helping you and supporting you. I feel like there's prayers going up, like you've been asking for prayer, like you've been praying about certain things and asking for help, and just know that spirit's guiding you and they're showing me they're walking the path with you. They're helping you. They're walking through this with you. So just know that. So let's see here. Okay, I'm just going to go back here and see what else we've got. Okay, so Lauren says, thank you, Spirit. Okay, her cards are my favorite. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy them. Let's see. Jolene, I lost my husband. And then Jade, would you please tune in any messages from Spirit Guides? Okay, I'm just going to let me just go through all these and see I'm just going to open it up to Spirit and wherever the greatest need is. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yes, thank you, Linda. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. I'm glad. I just really want you to know that they show me my symbol for prayer. So let me just see if there's anything else. I just want to kind of connect and just bring in anyone else here. Okay. Okay, I do have a younger male that's coming forward. I feel like there would be a military connection with him. I feel like there would have been something where he would have transitioned in the military. There would have been, you'd be connected to him. You'd either be directly connected to him, but I do feel like there's a younger male, the energy that's coming in that would be connected to the military. He's coming in his military outfit, and he's making me feel like it would have been like a stationed event where he would have been stationed and there would have been something. I don't know if there was like something where there would have been I'm seeing one of those, what do you call those big machine cars with the I can't think of the name of them, but I'm seeing this as well. So Rick is ranking up in the Army. Okay. So this might be something. Okay. So would somebody have known someone who they lost in the military? It wasn't their person, but it was, they would have known someone in the military that would have, there might have been a roadside bomb, or there would have been like I can't think of the cars with those. Humvee, thank you. Yes, a Humvee. It's like this, yes, like the big tank things. Okay, so there would have been one of those cars where there would have been there would have been a casualty as a result of that. Does anyone connect with that message? I feel like it's a younger male energy that's coming forward. He's showing me, yeah, he's definitely showing me his dog tags. And so let me see if anyone makes sense for that. It doesn't necessarily, there would have been connected to you. I feel it could have been a friend of yours, but it feels like there's a kind of a brotherly connection to this individual. Let me see here. I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to see what he has to say, because I do feel like my one grandfather was a sniper in the Marines. Okay. Rick, I feel like this might be connected to someone that you would have known, a friend or someone that would have passed in the military, actually. So I understand that your grandfather was a sniper, but I don't feel like it's that type of family. I feel like it's someone that's younger. I feel like this is a younger male. And I feel like, let me just see what else he has to say here. I'm just gonna, okay. I feel like this person would have like given you advice, or you guys would have connected at some point. And I just feel like let me just ask him what his message is, because even if you're not sure of who this is, he's obviously coming forward and he wants to give a message here. Okay. He's making me feel like this feeling of time, and time being really important. He's acknowledging that, I did lose someone. Okay. He's acknowledging this. Okay. He's coming in really strong now. Okay. He's making me feel this feeling of a little bit of, there was certain things that he was wanting to do in life, but he felt like he didn't, he felt like he had to, I'm going to say this wrong. I feel a little bit of loss of regret that he didn't give more time and attention to those that he needed and loved in his life. Went to basic training with. Okay. He's making me feel like he's bringing up the symbolism with kids and a wife. And I don't know if he was married. I don't know if that's one of the things he kind of put on the back burner, but it's this feeling he wants to overlay this to you, because he's really wanting to emphasize the importance of family and life, and giving it your all and not wasting any time. Do you understand that? This feeling of wasting, he keeps bringing up, don't waste time, don't waste time. Time is all we have. He's making me feel like I wasted too much time. And I don't know if you would know this as well, but he's also acknowledging his mother. So I feel like he would have left behind his mother, and there's a sadness attached to that as well. But he just keeps showing me the watch, like don't waste time. So I feel like there's something else though that you're wanting to do, or there's something else that you've been kind of thinking about, that he's bringing back up for you, that he really wants to emphasize this. Because, and if it's something that you're doing that is not making the best use of your time, then you need to reevaluate it, is all I'll say. So he's not really going into details. That's just what he's giving me. So I don't know if that makes sense, Rick, for you, but I feel like that's specifically for you. And he's holding up a beer too. He's kind of cheersing you on something. I feel like he's just wanting to acknowledge you, and a little bit of congratulations too. So let me see. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense, Rick, or if you're still on here. Let's see. Okay. So that's just what he's giving me. I'm not sure if that made sense, or if I completely lost, but that's what he wants to do. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Let me just go back here. Okay. Lauren is saying yes. Okay. I just did a reading for him on that. Oh, wow. So you just did a reading for him on that. So we've got some people that are connected.
So awesome. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. That's so perfect. Okay. So he's getting it from both sides, right? So he's already, okay. Rick is my feet. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Well, good. So that's just a validation of that then for you. So just know that. Okay. Let me just see here. I'm just going to go back in and see. I'm going to do, I do want, are you good, Tina, to stand a little bit longer, just because I feel like we've got, okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm just going to go back in and see if there's any other I'm probably going to do a pick a card. All my cards just flew. So, all right, that's not, I'm going to use this other deck here. So, all right, perfect.
Okay.
You want to go ahead?
I will. Yeah. Let me just take a
Okay,
sip of water here.
perfect.
It's super dry in this room. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay. So as you were speaking, Heather, I am picking up on a grandmother energy, and she comes in, excuse me, she comes in, maybe that's why I'm coughing, because as she's coming in, she's totally making me feel like my throat is constricted. But what I want to say about her personality is she seems to look like she's short in stature, but my goodness, her personality is so large. I do want to say that I think this had something to do, again, with the coughing, the breathing, towards the end of her life, because I am feeling her very, very close to me. She's pointing her finger. So I would feel like she was like the dictatorship type. You know, she said it like it is. I don't feel she sugarcoated anything at all. I do feel that she is sweet. She can be very, very sweet, but I feel like she wore the pants in the family, if you will. And does that make sense to anyone?
Okay, it looks like my ascension in light's saying Rick. It might be for, she's saying, oh boy. And then Rick is saying it's his grandma.
Okay. Okay. Now, would you understand also her being on the other side with her husband? Would you understand that as well? Because I don't feel she's alone. And I feel like this is, yeah, I feel it's like it's definitely her husband. Would you understand that as well?
Grandma husband, my grandma. Okay, let's see.
She just keeps telling me that she's not alone, and she's kind of holding, she's showing that she probably did this on Earth here, but she's pulling his hand towards her, like she takes the lead.
I lost her a couple months ago. Oh my God, they both passed. Yes.
Okay. Would you also understand the connection with them being so close? Although she was the moody one, I want to say the moody one in the relationship. And he was really level-headed. That's how he's making me feel. But I definitely feel like a very close bond. Would you understand that with them?
It's so funny you said that, Tina, too, because I keep getting soulmate. They keep giving me the soulmate connection, and then I that card came out, and I was like, yeah. Totally. Definitely soulmates.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel
it's funny soulmates too. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm kind of double linking in with
No, it's okay. Go right ahead. How about it? I do feel like your grandfather has some humor here. He likes to let her think she's, makes the rules. And you know what's funny? You know what he's saying to me right now, and I'm laughing. I know this man to be funny and have that sense of humor. But you know what he says? He says she's still doing it to me. She's still doing it. So
he's making me laugh because it's so funny.
Yeah.
They banter. He's like, oh, here she goes again. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's very funny.
Oh,
and it's just, he just keeps saying she's doing the same thing over here. Nothing's changed. Yeah, he says nothing changes. Everything's the same, and he puts his hands up like this. Nothing changes. So it was really funny.
That's so funny.
I feel like Grandma may have passed first, just because I see her walking into the light first, and I see him behind. So I don't know if that's true, but they are showing me together. So there's no worries that they're still together, and I know that some in the family, because they're making me feel like some in the family need to know that they're still together, that they found one another once they crossed over. So there's no worries there, because I feel like there's some worry about that here. with maybe some family members wondering if they're together. So it's just confirmation that yes, they are together, and they're still, excuse me, they're still doing their favorite things. And I'm asking him like, what is the favorite things? And the grandfather just laughs and says, well, she's still bickering with me. And now he just showed me some cards. I feel like they would play cards together as well. And so these are some of the things that they are doing on the other side. And they just want to let you know that, you know, they're at peace. They're still together. They're great. And just to extend that out to the family as well. I know that's very important because they're saying, tell the others. Okay. And I'll leave that with you.
That's so beautiful. And it's funny because the grandmother is showing me like the big wet kisses, you know, like the grandmother that grabs your whole face. And it's like, you don't have to open your mouth.
Yeah.
So that's what she's showing me. I don't know
hilarious.
if that's what she do, but that's what she's totally showing me. And it's like, wow, that's so funny. So yeah, the big wet kisses. So that's kind of what I'm getting with that. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. Perfect. I do. And I know that, okay. Yes. All right. Let me go. And I know Karen joined. I know she was on last time and we weren't able to get to everyone. So I did let her know that we would give her a message. So I'm just gonna, Karen, are you still on, Karen? I just want to make sure because I know sometimes we, let's see here. I do, okay. Are you, so Karen, I have two male energies that are coming in together. Would you understand this? Are you still on? Let me just see. If not, then I'll jump on to someone else. She may have dropped. Okay. 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 Yes. Okay. Would you understand there being two male energies that are stepping forward? I'm getting two energies. I feel like, let me just see here. I don't know if this would be like a, I'm just asking them to come closer. Okay. I feel like I'm getting a father energy that would be connected here. And I don't know if this is like, this would be a son or something, but there's another male that would be connected. Oh, I'm sorry. Karen Baker is the one. Yes. Karen, would you understand this? Let me just see what he's saying here. Okay. Would you understand that there would have been two? He's acknowledging that growing up there may have been. It's funny because this whole bickering kind of, but he's showing me a little bit of a division with the family on certain things. Would you understand this? There being some divide going on. And he's showing me he's showing me a running shoes or something. There's something that's symbolic with the running shoes from the younger male energy. I don't know if he would walk a lot or if there was something with the running energy, but I'm getting that as well with him. Would you understand that? Let's see here. I just want to make sure I'm connecting before I go in further with you, because I don't know if this is for you or for someone else. Okay, you got it. Okay, okay. He's also making me feel, so the male, the older male energy, I feel like this would be like a father to you. He's coming in and he's acknowledging, I don't know if he owned a business or there was something with business, but he's making me feel like he would have managed, he would have had a lot of responsibilities as it relates to that. And now, do you have, he's acknowledging there's another female that's connected here as well. Your brother and father. Oh, I might be getting, okay, well, let me just keep going here. There would also be another younger male that's connected, or I'm sorry, younger male. I said male, but I meant female. I feel like this would be like your daughter. There would be like a daughter or something for you. If this isn't your daughter, this would be like a niece. Would you understand this? So I'm not sure. I have two Karens here, it looks like. So I asked Spirit to bring in for Karen, and they may have given, they brought in for Karen. So which one does that make sense for? I'm acknowledging, gosh, I feel like I have a couple that are coming in here too. So it's almost like they're trying to overlay their energy. Okay, he owned his own business. Okay, perfect. So he's acknowledging that as well. So let me just see what else he's saying here. Okay, and I feel like would you understand there would have been a celebration that recently passed? There would have been like a big like birthday or something. It feels like it would have been a significant thing that would have just passed. My brother left behind a little girl. Okay, let me see here. I think I might be with Karen Baker because I do feel like her father, but I also feel like I'm gonna ask them to, let me just come to Karen. I might do both. Let me just see. Okay. So Karen Baker, would you understand that there would have been a significant birthday or something that would have passed? It feels like a milestone or something. There would have been like a celebration or something that would have recently been passed. Do you understand this? Yeah, or it could be coming up. As I'm saying that, I'm like, the way he's showing me, it might be coming up as well. So let me just see what else here he's saying. It feels like it's one of those like when somebody like turns 60 or like 80 or like one of those big milestones. I feel like that's connected to that as well. And her birthday was on 7/11 and she turned 13. Okay, let me see. Karen, does that make sense for you? The other Karen Baker, I just want to see if that makes sense. If not, then they might be pulling my energy over to the other Karen here. Let me just see what else he has to say. I'm just going to keep staying with his energy and see. Okay. And he's also wanting to acknowledge your mother. He's acknowledging the mom as well. And I feel like he's making me feel like there would have, this is significant. There's this feeling of being up and down with the mom's energy as well. I feel like you guys you didn't always have kind of get along, or there may have been some up and down in terms of that energy as well. Does that make sense? Okay, does it make sense? Okay, they might be moving me over to other Karen. Okay, gosh. Sometimes they do this. All right, let me just see here. Okay, so CC, Karen, would you understand that there would have been something symbolic to an energy of not getting along with the mother, or the feeling of, and I don't want to, that's a very strong way of saying it. It's more of like the feeling of being up and down with the mother energy. So they're acknowledging that as well. Does that make sense? Let me see here. Growing up. Okay, growing up. So Karen Baker, you're saying growing up. That's how it was. Yes. Okay, because he's acknowledging this. Okay, so let me just ask him to come through and just bring the clear message and see what he wants to say here. Okay. He's also acknowledging, I don't know if you were doing this recently, but I feel like this feeling of going back, it's almost like where you have a shoebox full of memories, and this feeling of kind of going back through all of these shoebox full of memories. And there's a lot of reminiscing. He's also acknowledging there's certain things with you that you're looking back and you're saying that, maybe things could have been a little different. Maybe we could have done things a little different. I'm not sure what context this is, but he's acknowledging you going back and reflecting on the past. And there's a little bit of like a sliver of awareness of certain things and how they could have been a little different for you. And so he's making me feel like, and I also wanted, there's something about, I don't know if you're divorced or there's something about a loss of a spouse. They may have not crossed over, but I want to acknowledge that as well. And there's this feeling of kind of going back through and reflecting on your life, on certain things that you may have done or not have done. And so he's making me feel like this feeling of not being hard on yourself or giving yourself some kind of grace around that. Yes, you've been doing that. Okay. So he's giving me a lot of chills right now. He really wants you to understand to not be hard on yourself. He's saying you're beating yourself up on certain things, or you're kind of replaying events inside your head. And he's saying it doesn't really help to do that. Things work the way that they need to do for our growth. And he's telling me that you're kind of shifting your energy in terms of looking at how you can be a little bit more softer. I'll say it that way. I feel like this feeling of, there's a little bit, I don't know if this is because of the way you were raised or what this is, but I feel like there was a little bit of like having to protect your energy growing up for whatever reason. I feel like you had to defend yourself in some cases. And he's making me feel like you're kind of coming out this space where it's like, it's almost like where you take off the cloak and you really just get really emotional because you're letting off your armor. You're just like surrendering. And so it's kind of what we were talking about at the beginning, which is kind of fascinating because I always kind of tie it back. But he's saying that it's okay to kind of let down your guard and let down the things that you were kind of holding close to you, because you're softening, and it's good. You're opening your heart center to be more receptive to love, because he's saying that you've been a bit jaded by it in the past, and it's almost like there was a lack of belief around that love. Okay, yes, always. Okay, and so just know that he's around. You've got a lot of family that's actually around you on the other side. I feel there's like ancestral layers. I feel like there's just a lot that's kind of supporting you, but they just want you to know that, like, don't be so hard on yourself around certain things, that, you know, you're opening up your heart space, and sometimes it can be very emotional, but just give yourself some grace on that. So, okay, so Karen, I hope that was helpful. Let me see here. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. I know last time Karen was on, and I felt bad that we weren't able to get her message there, so I just wanted to give that message. Okay. I do want to do a psychic. I don't know if you want to do any other ones, Tina, if you're kind of fried. I know you were busy working all day, so I'm happy to do another psychic reading there.
Yeah, we can do a quick psychic reading. That's good. That's
okay, fine. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let me just go back here. Let's see, Karen. My mother was there for both of my passings. My brother, okay, father died. Okay. Karen, I don't know. It's just right when I read that, I don't know if that's your sign or what that is, but you said that you just asked them for specific sign. I just saw a key. Now, I'm not saying that that's the sign, but that's what I saw. And so they're showing me a key. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to you, but I was seeing a key. So if maybe look and see if you see that in the coming days, or something symbolic to a key. So Karen Baker says, I miss you, Daddy. Oh, that's sweet. I'm glad that he was able to come through. Okay, so let me just, Jade, I'm going to go ahead and Jade Hall's here. I'll go ahead and Jade for you, and just see if I have any messages for you as well. Okay. Let me see. I don't usually use the cards, but I've got these Mystic Moon Oracle cards. I love her cards. They really inspired me to do my own, so I'm just going to pull a card for you, Jade, and see what we've got here. Okay. All right. Okay, release. Okay, perfect. Because what I was getting for you, Jade, specifically, I feel like there's something where you're coming into kind of a new, and I feel like this, like, I kind of want to give you that Stella's got her groove back type of thing energy with you. And I feel like there's something where you have the opportunity to do something different, something new, but there's certain things that you have to release in this belief system, or these kind of things that you kind of play on repeat a little bit. They're telling me that there's, and I don't know if you have sisters, or if you have like sisters that are like, you know, from like those kind of soul sisters, but I feel like this connection around these sisters as well. And I feel like this feeling of like having this tribe, but like being in a space where you can feel confident around other people. Okay. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I am attuned with the moon. Okay, perfect. So I feel like this feeling of you're just coming into this kind of new area, new space, new abilities. I just feel this really high vibe with you, and this, I want to go higher. I want to go higher. I want to do more things. And so I feel like there's some really good things coming for you, but it's really a matter of seeing the light within you that you already possess. Like, I really want you to understand that, Spirit Sisters. Yes. Okay. You've really got a lot. Like, I want to start like shaking my head and being like you got it going on. And I just really want to give you a lot of support for whatever this thing that you want to do. Like, you have so much capability, and you have just even connecting with your energy. I'm jumping. I'm like, yes, I feel good. I'm high vibing with you. So you can really do whatever you want to do, but you have to do it. And so I don't know if that's helpful, but that's the biggest thing that I'm getting for you. So, okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, Tina, I don't know if you want to do a message as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting this. It's funny. See, the CC Karen, I don't know if you have any connection to that, but when I read the question, And again, I don't know if this is the symbol, but what I am picking up is, I don't know if golfing is connected to either your brother or your father, because as soon as I asked Spirit, I was seeing golf, just golf clubs and a golf cart. So I don't know if there's a connection there with you with that, but I am seeing, it's funny, and I asked again, I am seeing golf and golf. I don't know what the connection is there, but I just wanted to just let you know that is what I'm seeing there. It's quite funny. And then I do have a message for Keela, right? I see the message here from Tina to do Keela here. So Keela, I pulled some cards from you. And the first thing before I started pulling, I was just tuning into your energy. And you definitely feel, instantly I just got dancing, just really high vibe energy with you. And I definitely could see you dancing. So Spirit was just showing me, and to just keep that up and to keep that energy going. I asked if there's something that they do want you to know. And the card that pulled out, two cards flung out, and the first one is abundance. And so I don't know if you've been questioning finances or anything like that, but this card is just letting me know that you will have an abundance. And it doesn't also necessarily mean monetarily. I think it's an abundance of other things that you've been wanting. And then there's a question, the other card that came out was the card no. So if you've been asking Spirit whether on a particular subject or something you've been wanting to know, whether it's a yes or no, I did pull the no card for you. So I just wanted to let you know. And again, they just kept showing me just dancing with you. So I'll leave that with you, and I hope that helps.
Beautiful. That's so funny. I was getting a male energy coming in with golfing earlier, but it was when you were
you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so funny.
He was literally just swinging in. I was like, oh, hey, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good job. And then Karen Baker says, thank you so much, Heather and Tina. Thank you guys.
Oh,
and
you're so welcome.
When I just wanted to do kind of a collective, like I just pulled a card for a collective while you were talking, and it's so funny because it's what were we just talking, like tribe, and I love it. So it's just amazing, like what we were talking about, Tina, just having you come on and do what you do best. It's always amazing to create this community, and even when you have like we got a real life test of the whole anxiety, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Who are these people? Why are they doing this to me? It's like, so what was that? It's the same thing. It's like, what are you gonna do? Right?
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
It was one of those, like, at first I was like, I've never had this happen. Like, I think Anna was even saying that, like, this has never happened before, and it hasn't. I'm like, why? But we dealt with it.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
You did good.
Yeah. So it's all good. So surrender and things work out in the end. So I'm glad that we were able to turn it back around and have some connections there. So Tina does have, yes, Anna, thank you for asking. Tina does have a YouTube channel, and it's Messages of Comfort. Is that correct, Tina?
Yeah. So I'm in the process of changing it over to my name.
Okay.
So you can look that up, but it's still under construction. So
okay. Yeah. Tina and I have talked about that in the past, about like, maybe going over and doing some on her channel and just kind of swapping back and forth. And so I'm just doing it here because I've been doing it for a while. And so, I kind of went away from doing the more of the monthly readings just because I really like connecting with people. There's something, it's so much more personal to be able to connect with you all. And I know Tina and I were talking about this at the beginning. It's just amazing. So let me see here. Okay. So we will be back on again, and it's usually, depending on when it works out. And so just pay attention to Instagram. I'll always, like Tina we'll post on our Facebook, Instagram, our personal pages. So if you want to go out there as well to get notified, you can see that. And we'll kind of switch it up, I think. We were just talking about maybe also doing Facebook. I don't know. So it's just really nice to kind of, again, I know Tina, you're the same way. We really genuinely enjoy connecting with people and being able to give messages of spirit. It's our service, and it's yeah, it's just, it's one of those things. So,
Yeah.
All right.
All right, everyone.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys so much. Have a good night. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.